Today lesson is fourth lesson, 6th class lesson, Dokur, a village on the plateaus. In this previous chapter, we saw a village in the Krishna Delta which had plenty of water and rice soil. Imagine life in a different village that has little rain or irrigation facilities and poor soil. What could be the difference? Discuss them in the lesson, in the class. Now, Deccan Plateaus. Observe the Telangana sketch map in chapter 3 showing major land forms. You would notice that Telangana state is largely a plateau. Compare this with the map 2 of the same chapter. You will notice that the entire Telangana plateau region falls on the wider Deccan Plateaus. Also see that the Deccan Plateaus is flanked on one side by the Western Ghats and by the Deccan. You would also see that the Deccan Plateau is flanked on one side by the Western Ghats and by the Eastern Ghats on the other side. The Deccan Plateau higher in latitude as compared to the eastern coastal plains. The plateau slopes from west to east. To understand this region, trace the course of the river Godavari and it is organ. Unlike the Krishna Delta, which are flat plateaus, are marked by several small hills, ranges and allaks interspersed with flat areas between them. As a result, cultivation and settlements is possible only in small packets. This region is also rocky within layers of soil. An important aspect of this plateaus region is that it receives very low rainfall. We wanted to see how people live in such difficult terrains. Therefore, we visited and examined a tropical village located in Telangana Plateau, Dokur in Mahbubnagar district. Now, Dakur village. Dakur is in the Devakadra Mandal and is around 25 km away from Mahbubnagar town. The old name of this village is Dakur and it is come from the word Daku, which means dacoit. Many years ago, dacoit groups lived in the area surrounding Dakur as it was easy for them to hide among the heavy bushes in the surrounding forest area. Today, the village is called Dakur. Next. Climate and rainfall. The temperature of the region goes up to 40 degrees Celsius during the summer months from February to June. During the winter months from November to January, the temperature during the day is usually between 20 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius. This region gets rainfall from the end of June to October. However, the rain is sanity and irregular. It varies a lot from year to year, and therefore it is of really low rainfall. A drought situation develops, crops dry away, and there's little rainfall to fill the tanks or reaching the groundwater. Drinking water for humans and cattle becomes a major problem. In the absence of irrigation facilities, it is difficult to carry out any agriculture work. These are difficulty years when people might be forced to look at other options for employment. Since such years of really low rainfall keep repairing, we can say that the regions is drought prone. Next is soils. Abode of the agricultural land in the village as red soil. This red soil or erra nelalu are not very deep or fertile. They lack many nutrients necessary for growing crops, and because of the high salty content, they do not retain much water to help the roots spread far and wide. These fields have to be left uncultivated for one season after every crop, so that they are able to recover their nutrients from nature. Nalla or shallow black soil with about 60 centimeter depth. They cover a small parts of the agricultural land of this village. This soil is suitable for crops that not as good as regadi, the deep black soil type which is available in other parts of the plateau. The black soil type is more fertile and crops can survive in it for longer periods because it retains the moisture for a long period. These soils are very hard when dry and sticky when wet. These black soils are one of the most productivity types of soil. Chaudu and Garsu are the other major soil types. They constitute about 30% of the land area of the village. Mostly these are uncultivatable and mostly with papables. Next one, water resources, tanks and ponds.